All right, so the injury report. These people will not practice today. Jonathan Harris, Jacob Martin, Jerry Judy, K'Wan Williams, KJ Hamler, and Jacob Bobenmoyer. And then limited will be Beck, Coop, DJ Jones, Latavius, Justin Simmons, and Mike Purcell.
Jacob Martin?
Yes, something with his knee that flared up after the game.
Coach, you obviously, the players off day, they can do what they want, but are you concerned that some may try to sneak out of town? I mean, I guess they can do that on a Tuesday too, but in the middle of the game prep, just because of when the off day is, that you talk to them about for Thanksgiving or otherwise?
No. The idea is to let the guys get with their families. I think that's always so important for the guys to come together. A bunch of guys are going to have some Thanksgivings to dinner, which I think is great. But just like you said, it's their off day, and they can do that on Tuesday.
You talked the other day about touching the button to talk to Russ. I was wondering, did the nature of your conversations with him change at all during the game, given that you weren't calling plays?
No, I mean, we were talking about the next series that was up, the plays that we were going to get to. Being on the headset, hearing everything and knowing what's going to happen, and understanding the game plan, just making sure he's solidified with what we're going to be doing each series.
With Bobenmoyer, is this a new injury for him, or is this just working his way all the way back from the thumb surgery?
Working all the way back. We want to be sure we protect it because of the surgery and make sure that nothing bad happens as we move forward.
Building off the Russ, you talked to your role in general, and you talked about having more time during the week to kind of be involved in all three phases. How has that gone this week for you, and how have you spent the week?
Oh, it's been great. It was in some special teams meetings, still very heavily involved with the offense and being in the quarterback room as much as I can, but just being sure that I'm around to see more things, see how things are coached, see how things are executed out on the practice field, to see if there's something that I can catch, I can help correct, or just even how it's taught, anything like that. So I think it's been great up to this point, seeing more guys able to be around and not feeling guilty if all of a sudden you get stuck and have to talk with somebody and not racing to a meeting. So I think it's been really good so far.
Nate, when you hired Klint, what maybe stood out to him about him as a coach, and how familiar were you with him, and how's your relationship grown with him?
The relationship has been amazing. I mean, he's done such a fine job working as hard as he has to do everything we can to win a football game. For me, when he came here, we had been in the same division, and so got to see what he was doing firsthand and how he was doing everything at Minnesota Vikings. So I had tons of respect for him, being a coach's kid. I think that's always something that's a plus. And just as we've been here, getting to know him, being around him, watching his professionalism, his humor, everything is great, and I think the players really like it.
Coach, as good as your defense has been, it struggled a little bit with the 2-minute defense and end of it each half a little bit. Is that something you are emphasizing, or what have you seen from that's been different from the other 55 minutes of the game or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, we are. It's been brought up to their attention. Everything's good, and then we've had a couple mishaps here and there in those 2-minute situations. We've tried to work it a little bit more in practice, any way that we possibly can, just to get the communication. We want all the communication clarity to be great, and that's where it's got to be at its highest level, because things are moving fast, and it's things that we just have to continually address, make sure that we're nice and simple in those situations for the guys so they can execute at a high level.
Coach, we now know that Sam Darnold's going to be the starter for the Panthers. What challenges does he pose, not just as a passer, but as an athlete?
I would say, he's underestimated as an athlete. He can take off, he can extend plays, he can run with the ball, he can make scramble drills come alive. So I think that's going to be probably the biggest challenge for us, is making sure we contain him in the pocket, not let him get out and get loose.
When you got hired here, the team had missed the playoffs since Super Bowl 50, hadn't had a winning season since 16. I don't say did you underestimate it, but just the difficulty of kind of getting the rock to the top of the mountain to where you feel like you're waiting for something to happen good rather than feeling like something's going to happen bad as you've gone. You didn't live this, but it feels like it's been embedded a little bit, trying to get over this hump.
Yeah, the past is the past. I wasn't here for that. I've been in a couple different places that, you enter in when there has been a playoff drought. And you have to focus on the now. You have to focus on the ways that you can improve, the culture that you're building, the relationships with the guys, the understanding to come in this building and work every day and show them how hard it is to win. Just to get to the playoffs, just to have those opportunities are so difficult. Been lucky the past couple years to have that. But again, there's a way that it looks and feels, and you have to keep preaching that, and you have to set the standard, and the players have to hold themselves to the standard as much as the coaches do. But obviously it starts with me, starts with the coaches. We have to continually talk about that because it is difficult to win in this league and get to the playoffs.
When a defense has held the line as well as this had in so many situations, do you worry about maybe not fatigue, but shock fatigue as the season goes on and too many snaps on the field, and there may be a breaking point for holding that line and keeping you guys in games?
No, I mean, it's football. You got to go out there and you got to play. No matter what the situation is, that's what we're all here to do. We're here to coach it. We're here to play the game. And whatever the situation, however it does happen, offense has to stay on the field and score points, and defense has got to stop them no matter what it is.
When you're in meetings like special teams, like you mentioned, do you find yourself interjecting more or just sitting back and observing more when you're in those?
Right now, observing. Just want to see everybody work, see just everything from defense to offense to special teams, even offense, trying to observe more, give some other people opportunities to talk so it's a fresh, new voice. I think that's important. I mean, as much as you can do that and see how it is and it spices things up, whatever you can do to create that change, to just try to stimulate everybody a little more.
Surtain is the Sportsmanship Award nominee. Why was he the right guy for that?
I mean, he's a true pro. I mean, we've been talking about it, this whole year. I mean, he's a true pro. He's a son of a player, so he understands the league, understands everything. I mean, he's playing at a high level right now. It has been the whole year, but it just shows it's a testament to his character and the type of person he is and why he's going to grow to an even better player.
The fact that you had Rookie Parents Weekend, was that on purpose to kind of butt up to Thanksgiving? And what about some of the guys that don't have families, the single guys?
No, yeah, we want to make sure people are all together. We've made that announcement. Anybody that doesn't have a place to go, there's tons of places to go. A lot of guys, like I said, are setting stuff up within their positions. But I think that's so important, and it's great that the families are here. I think it's great. It's a different change from college to the NFL. So I think what our organization does to acclimate those parents and have them part of it is a great thing.
Okay, thank
All right,
you very
y'all.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.